they only have a very small window of who they are. I would always tell them to think big, get connected with people that can help you and encourage you. When it's slow or it's not going the way that you want it to go, because I know I've been there, utilize your gifts that you've been given and surround yourself with good people. And with that, you'll be inspired to do things outside the box that you've normally done, and that will help your business grow.
This is Small Business Celebration, where we introduce you to successful small business owners at their place of business so that you can learn something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business and get your next big breakthrough. Hey Josh, we're here in Johnny Ramos's Modern Gigi Art Gallery, and I have been absolutely inspired. I think I'm going to take up painting. Want to see my first work?
Let's see it.
I call it 3-pack stretch canvas in cellophane. Do you think it'll sell?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with Johnny's.
What?
Yeah.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of Small Business Celebration. This week we're going to be talking about, okay, you've got wraps on your vehicles, but they're melting and cracking because of the heat and they look horrible. Well, maybe you should go to Decals, but what are some of the traps to watch out for? Also, you know, this is a same old thing that we've been hearing over and over again. A national chain moves into your neighborhood. Now you have to compete against them. What do you do from a sales perspective that actually works? And our guest week is Brian Fish, the owner of Fish Enterprises. Welcome to Small Business Celebration.
Thank you.
And for Visioneers who don't know who you are you and what is it that you do?
Hi, Brian Fish here, owner of Fish Enterprises. We specialize in janitorial services, window cleaning, pressure washing services, solar panel cleaning, pretty much general services for residential and commercial customers.
Now where we are, this is not your office.
No, it's not.
Where are we at?
An art gallery, I believe.
It's Modern Gigi Art Gallery, an ultra-modern art gallery located in downtown Bakersfield, California, featuring the artworks of modern abstract artist Johnny Ramos. Whether you're looking for artwork for your office, your home, or a postcard you can send as a thank you note, go to Modern Gigi Gallery located at 900 18th Street in Bakersfield, or give them a call at 661-840-8729 or email them at art@moderngigi.com today. You didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to pressure wash solar panels for a living, did you?
No.
What did you start out doing before this business?
That's a great question. It started a long time ago. I was actually in the process of praying about what I wanted to do in my future, and I had already...
What were you doing at the time?
I was actually working for a janitorial company as a salesperson.
Okay.
And I was very unhappy, very dissatisfied with what was going on and what was happening. And so somebody had said, hey, Brian, why don't you start your own? And the light bulb came on. And so that was the very beginning of the process of getting together what we wanted to do, what our mission and what our goal was as a janitorial company. The solar panel and the window cleaning, that all came afterwards. But it was initially a commercial janitorial.
Your story is very common in the fact that you were a disgruntled employee who decided to go start his own business. And at a 30,000 foot view, what was it about your employment that you didn't like that said, okay, I have had enough, I'm gonna go start my own business? Because this is a warning call to other business owners. What was it?
I would have to put it this way. I recognized that I was an entrepreneur. All the companies that I had worked for, and I'd worked for corporate America, I've held high positions in different companies, it never satisfied me. My heart was always racing on to something else. And when it came down to, we had moved back from Hawaii to Bakersfield, and I had began a job with a janitorial company, and I learned that business from a sales standpoint, and had worked with the cleaners and the subcontractors. I began to realize that, hey, you know, I can do this. Not necessarily me doing the work myself, but I can have people who could do the work. But when I dove into this, I was my own cleaner. I was my own account manager. I was my own sales guy. And I did that for a year and a half.
And so you were doing everything for the company except own it.
Yes.
Why was this such a bad thing?
There was something inside of me that was driving me forward because I didn't, let me put it this way. I made a great employee
Right.
because whatever job I started, whatever job I did, it doesn't matter what it was, working for McDonald's, working for the YMCA, working for different companies that I worked for growing up, I always was promoted. But I found myself moving from job to job.
Oh, never satisfied with the same thing over and over again.
I wasn't satisfied. And so when it came right down to it, and we was looking at what we were doing, somebody recommended switch the light bulb on for me in my head. Why don't you start your own business? And so I did that.
Right.
My wife, she was very wise because I had just gotten a job offer from a pharmaceutical company to be one of their reps. And
she was going, oh no, here we go again, right?
And exactly. And so,
Sure.
exactly. And so what happened is she just said to me, you're either going to do your business or you're going to do that. You're not going to do both.
She knew you better than you knew yourself.
Exactly. And so once we started, we never looked back. The original company that we started, we sold. And then we rebuilt back up again with other services and stuff like that.
Why did you sell the first one?
Well, it's a long story and kind of a deep personal one, but my wife and I were having some problems. And so it ended up in a divorce. I say that because there's a rainbow at the end.
Right.
10 years later, we got remarried.
Congratulations.
And so, we just, for some reason, there was a 10-year gap and we went that direction. But I believe that God brought us around and to say, hey, we can finish our life out together.
And yet, she allowed you to start a second business.
Yes.
This one is different, though.
It's different because it has other services that we actually do ourselves instead of having subcontractors do.
Ah.
Initially, when I would have window cleaning jobs, I would hire Fish Window Cleaning, which is a franchise out of St. Louis.
Okay.
Happens to have my last name.
Right.
So everybody in Bakersfield thought it was my company anyway.
Right.
So it was a good marriage. When that franchisee was moving out of Bakersfield, he came to me and I bought it from him. So I became a franchisee to Fish Window Cleaning.
And then you expanded.
And expanded from there too, yes.
To
solar panel cleaning.
Why solar panel cleaning?
Well, there's a need. There's a market there.
But all the solar panel people tell me that it doesn't matter how much dirt and crud gets on top of the solar panels, they'll still operate at 60, 70, 80%. So why do they need to be cleaned?
Number one, residentially, your system can bear some dirt and it really not affect it a whole lot. But that system still has to produce so much electricity. If it doesn't produce the electricity that's supposed to, then at the end of the year, there's what's called a true-up. Okay. The other thing is, in other words, what I'm saying is PG&E is going to get their money one way or the other.
Right.
The other issue is that it's an eyesore to have dirty panels on your roof.
Right.
And so people would like to have those cleaned
Right.
periodically, and so that's when I come in.
Especially if you have those wonderful solar panels over your parking lot of your business that people in Bakersfield love because it's free shade.
Right.
But that's one of the first things that people see of your business are these nice, dirty, grungy solar panels.
Right.
At what point did you go through and start making that transition from residential to commercial solar panel cleaning?
As soon as I started marketing it, we were doing residential. I mean, our first job doing solar panels was a commercial location. I was the subcontractor though.
How long ago was that?
And so, oh my gosh, 13 years ago.
Wow.
So it was a big solar farm that I was subcontracted to.
Oh, so you were doing an entire solar farm?
Yes.
Not just a parking lot and a strip mall?
No, that was my first introduction to solar panel cleaning.
Congratulations, I think.
And so,
we have this section of land. Go ahead and clean them all. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a great experience. And so I walked away from that with the knowledge that, hey, it doesn't take a lot to have a system to clean solar panels. And so
system.
that was my introduction into solar panel and for me to add that to my services.
And you can find that because of Brian Fish Enterprises, your solar panels have been very clean and you don't have a true up. Maybe it's time for not just more solar panels, but a new house. And for that, I suggest that you reach out to Mike Saba, a Zillow Premier agent with Watson Realty, born and raised and never left Bakersfield. Give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@icloud.com today. And Visioneers, if you've got a question, you've got a thought, something you'd like to learn about here on Small Business Celebration, reach out to us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and your question could appear just like Dean, who asks, we realize full vehicle wraps don't work in our climate, so that we're thinking about switching to decals. What problems have you run into with decals, and how have you overcome them? Because this is not an unusual problem here in Bakersfield, because it'll get down to below freezing in the winter and like 120 peak of summer with all the humidity. Wraps just don't last.
Yeah, I mean, that's correct. Wraps, they don't last. I mean, they're beautiful when they're first done,
Right.
and for about the first year.
Okay.
But when they start hitting the heat in the winter months, you get the fading and the cracking.
And the cracking is ugly.
Ugly. Now, if you park your vehicle inside,
Right.
then you can spread the longevity out of that wrap.
But you're parking your vehicles out in the sun all day long because your team is out there pressure washing and cleaning, and so that doesn't help.
Right. It doesn't. It doesn't.
So why did you make the switch to decals?
Well, first of all, affordability, number one. Wraps are pretty expensive. And, being a small business, of course, you got to watch what's going out the door.
And when we're talking about decals, what kind of decals do you put on your vehicles?
Well, put your logo,
Okay.
of course, your phone number, and in whatever areas that you want to cover on your vehicle, you want to make sure that you present your company and what services that you are providing.
Vendors?
Yes, you can do vendors if you want. I haven't, but you can do vendors. I know vendors would love to be on trucks going down the road, vehicles.
One of the things that a lot of business owners do is they're very proud to represent XYZ product line. And so they'll want to go ahead and put that on their vehicle as well. Is that something that you do?
I have not. I pretty much focused on the services that I provide, making sure my phone number's there, my website's on there, anything that when person walks, just like a wrap, but it's not fully wrapped, it's just decaled.
Sure. What are some of the pitfalls with decals?
Well, I wouldn't say pitfall. I would say that I've seen people that are using decals that are not putting enough information on
like
their
what?
vehicles. Well, I mean, I've just seen, house cleaning phone number.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen that.
Right.
I've seen gardening phone number.
Okay.
But the gardener does a lot more stuff. And so, if one person's using a gardener, but their gardener don't cut down trees, but this gardener does, and he says, I tree trimming or whatever,
Right.
they should put that on their vehicle.
One of the things that's also fairly popular are magnets.
Yes.
Do you use magnets?
I have, yes.
And what's the pluses and minuses of magnets?
Well, I mean, you can take them off and put them back on, whatever you want to do. You can rotate them like during seasons. If you're like for me, I also have a service that I sanitize offices.
Really?
A whole room sanitizing. We use a hospital grade sanitizer is what we use.
And why is this important?
Well, you got your flu season, you got your cold season, you got all these other different things that people are experiencing, and we can come in into, let's say this gallery, the owner wanted it to be sanitized. I can completely sanitize this room in 3 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
And this helps with all the flus and all the things like that.
The sanitizer that I use, again, is a hospital grade, so it kills nearly every virus known to man.
Except for the man.
yeah, except for stupidity.
And that brings us to the Visioneer Game. The Visioneer Game is brought to you by Minimum Press of Bakersfield. Now, Minimum Press has got a special going on right now. Buy one, get one free on stickers. Yes, Visioneers, if you've got a product or service that you need to go ahead and apply a sticker to or upon, Minimum Press of Bakersfield is the place for you to go to for buy one, get one free. Level up your branding and your laptop or water bottle with custom labels and stickers. Call Minimum Press of Bakersfield at 661-323-7757 or visit them at mmpbakersfield.com. And don't forget to say, I'm calling about the November 2025 label and sticker special. Call Minimum Press of Bakersfield at 661-323-7757 or visit them at mmpbakersfield.com today. Now, Visioneers, if you're not familiar with the way the Visioneer game works, I have a random word generator here on my phone. I have no idea what the random words the generator is going to create, but more importantly, neither does our guest. And our guest has to take each of 3 words that I give him and somehow associate each word with his business. Now, Brian, you do realize that the fate of the entire pressure washing, window cleaning, solar panel cleaning world is based on your ability to get each of these 3 words correct. If you get one wrong, just one word wrong, it'll be absolute devastation worldwide. Everybody's solar panels are all going to crud up. Nobody's going to be able to get any electricity created. Their true-up bills are going to be through the roof, all because you didn't get these 3 words right.
That's what I heard.
You accept the challenge.
I have been notified.
Okay, your first word is home.
We can come to your home and clean all your windows and solar panels at any time.
Sounds good. That's 1 for 1. You're on a roll. Are you ready for your second word?
Let's do it.
Okay, your second word is final.
Final. When we're done with a job, we always do a final walkthrough so that our customers are happy.
Nice. That's 2 for 2. It all comes down to this. Are you ready? Okay, and your word is color.
When we are finished doing a building wash, the colors of the building look so much brighter than they did before we started because of the dirt and the buildup that was there.
Nice. That's 3 for 3. Well done. Save the world. Congratulations. And now that you've had this life-changing experience and saved the world, who would you like to thank?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend, Alpha Exterminators,
Okay.
Ron Arvizu.
Okay.
He local pest control operator, commercial and residential.
And how long has he been in business?
Wow, he's been in business for a very long time, but I would have to say that I hired him as a pest control technician when I was a service manager for Terminex years and years and years ago.
So you were working for Terminex
Yes.
and you called the competition?
No, actually, he worked for Frito-Lay,
Okay.
and I recruited him from there.
Nice. And that was not back in 19...
Yes.
And you continue to use him today?
Yes, I personally use him, yes.
And why is that?
Just the service. They'll call you before they're going to come. They'll make sure that, whatever your needs are, they're going to take care of it, whether they do an inside and out service. They always make sure the fence line's taken care of, the eaves are taken care of. They do a really good job.
And that brings us to our second Visioneer question, which is also brought to you by Mike Saba, a Zillow Premier agent with Watson Realty, selling Bakersfield homes since 1992. Give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@outcloud.com today. Visioneer Jennifer asks, we're training our sales team to compete with a big national chain that just moved into our area. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? What strategies or techniques have you used that actually work?
I have found typically, especially in Bakersfield, Bakersfieldians like to promote and use local. So the best way to do that is getting involved in the chamber, the Spanish chamber, Hispanic chamber, network meetings that are going on all the time, almost every night of the week. You could find one. Making acquaintances through that, getting your name out, your business cards out. Also, just going door to door. If
That still works?
That still works, actually.
Really?
I mean, I found that, if you can establish trust when you walk through that door, they're going to listen to what you have to, what your services are and what you have to offer.
When it comes to door, what techniques tend to work well? Because you're training a staff to develop a thick skin in order to have the door slammed in their face. How do you teach that?
So, I mean, that is definitely a teachable skill. When you walk through the door, you have a gatekeeper. You really have to have a good personality, look them straight in the eye, talk to them with a friendly voice, and then ask the question, who's in charge of window cleaning?
Right.
Or who's in charge of your janitorial? Or whatever the question is. And then from there, hopefully you can get past the gatekeeper, get to the person that could make decisions or would listen to you so that they can make a decision whether they want to use your services or not.
Is there a difference in gatekeepers, whether it's Susie, the homeowner, or George, the front desk person?
Yes. Yes. A lot of times when you're dealing with George, you're basically going to try to find out a name. Who's in charge?
Who should I really be talking
Yeah.
to?
Well, yes, kind of. Or, hey, who's in charge of your janitorial? Oh, that's Bill. Okay, great. Is he available? No, he can't talk right now. Oh, okay, great. Well, here's my card. And then you make a follow-up call and you ask for Bill.
Right. And then Susie, the homeowner.
And then Susie, the homeowner, you're talking to the owner. Your strategy with Bill is to get the name. Well, the aim high goal is at that moment, get to the person who's in charge of that, what you're looking for. Worst case scenario, you get the name of that person, because then you're going to be able to follow up with a phone call and ask for that name and say, hey, Bill gave me your name.
Right.
Okay, Susie, the homeowner, a lot of times the homeowners already have a window cleaner, or they already have a tree guy, or they already have somebody. A lot of times.
I call him CJ. He's my son, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times they already have somebody, because we're just providing a general service. You know, we're not selling solar panels. I look up at the roof. If I'm selling solar panels and I look on the roof and there's no solar panels, then guess what?
You're moving on.
I have an opportunity to sell solar panels.
Okay.
But if I see solar panels, there's no need for me to knock on that door.
Right.
Okay. Window cleaning is different stories. Gutter cleaning, solar panel cleaning, pressure washing, those kinds of things. If we have a chance to talk to Susie, the homeowner, and we're able to engage in a conversation of, hey, what are you looking for? How can I help you? You know, these are the things that we do. We do a lot of your neighbors in the area. I leave the ball in their court at that moment, because if they need something at that moment, they'll say, hey, well, yeah, you know, can you guys pressure wash concrete? I've been talking to my husband about that. Absolutely. Can I take a look at it? Sure. Come out, they take a look at it, and then now I can engage in giving them a quote.
To quote Dale Carnegie, start in a friendly way.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's no secret that there's a lot of business owners right now who are struggling.
Yeah.
What do you say to them and give them encouragement and let them know that not all hope is lost?
I'd have to assume that every business owner is an entrepreneur.
Right.
Their idea of entrepreneurship, they only have a very small window of who they are. I would always tell them to think big, get connected with people that can help you and encourage you. When it's slow or it's not going the way that you want it to go, because I know I've been there, utilize your gifts that you've been given and surround yourself with good people. And with that, you'll be inspired to do things outside the box that you've normally done, and that will help your business grow.
Brian, this has been a real treat. Thank you for joining us here on Small Business Celebration.
Thanks, Michael. It's been a long time since we've talked, and I'm so glad to have you here
finally
today.
did this.
I know it, right?
Well, and if Visioneers want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
You can call my cell phone, Brian Fish, 661-363-3191. That's the easy.
One more time, a little bit slower.
661-363-3191.
Okay.
That's the best way to contact me.
Sounds good. And I'll be right back with my final thought. Everybody's smart who goes to medical school. Everybody's smart who goes to medical school. Football coach Nick Saban, formerly the head coach of the Crimson Tide of the University of Alabama, famously once said, everybody's smart who goes to medical school, but not everybody who goes through medical school makes it, and some of them who do are bad doctors. Well, the same is also true with business owners. How many businesses have you known in the last 2 or 3 years that have folded, closed, and gone out of business? Why? It's because of systems, processes, and most importantly, attitude. It's the stick-to-itiveness to want to keep pursuing forward. Develop those systems and processes that can make you successful. It's about reaching out and becoming acquainted with friends and colleagues, business groups, and chambers of commerce that can help drive your business to the successful business you want to be. And the next time you take a look around and you go see a physician, remember that physician is in a very small group of very successful people who once entered medical school. That person is the smart person who went to medical school and made it all the way through. An example that you can too. I hope you enjoyed our conversation this week here on Small Business Celebration, and I hope you enjoyed our conversation this week and learned something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business. And we'll see you here again next week when we celebrate another small business making a big breakthrough.